value goes too far. In fact, I feel like North American Counter-Strike for the longest time, before you had the likes of FPL coming through, before you had youngsters coming in, and that lack of trust in youngsters, you know, even Rops, there wasn't the trust when he came up. But in North America, for example, you had the recycling of that name value for a while, and I think that slowed their overall progress. But anyway, the game is live now, so we're going to get into things. Nuke will be the first map of this series. You can see the details on your screen. MOUZ versus Sashi, the pick of Sashi Nuke, who will be starting on the T side.
Would be impressive if MOUZ have actually called a tactical timeout before the first pistol round. I'd be impressed by that. Maybe it's a tech. We'll wait and see. It says tactical right now. But yeah, it is indeed Sashi starting on that T side. And honestly, I don't mind that for them, because there's a chance MOUZ are a little slow to start. You can come in with some pocket strats, maybe try and catch them out. You can already see they've got an HE grenade for this pistol round, so we'll have to see if Sashi are going to try and maybe blow up that squeaky door, go for a quick maneuver. But for now, just waiting before we get into the action. I'm sure Sashi can't wait to get into this one. A big opportunity for these guys.
Iceberg. That reminds me of so many different things that have all got nothing to do with this game. There was a Quake team called Iceberg Lettuce. Yeah, there was a Quake team called Ice Climbers, which I think is one of the better like team names in gaming. I love team names that, you know, we have a lot of things that are based around animals. There's a lot of bulls, polar bears. Not a lot of polar bears, but there's bulls, bears, other big animals. But something like Ice Climbers, I think, is pretty cool.
There is a, is it Ice World? Is that the Counter-Strike map?
Oh yeah, that was my favorite map back in the day. That was my favorite map.
That's like the really simple one where it's basically just like, I don't even know how to describe it, but
I'll tell you how to describe it. Yeah, there's 4 blocks.
Yeah.
2 on either side, weapons all over the floor. Strat is run, pick up the TMP, and just run at people and draw them with the TMP. That was my strat anyway. I loved Ice World. I spent so long playing that map. I've got to say,
Ice World specialist.
Props to the devs for putting pool day in the game, like properly. That's the kind of lore you need. It was about time that happened, and it finally did. So very pleased with that. But we'll put the beach towels aside for now, because you don't want to go swimming on Nuke. I can promise you that.
Yeah,
Julie's are out for Torzi. He's been made the raid boss. They'll have 4 sets of Kevlar for MOUZ and Julie's for Brolan as well. Let's see what this defense can offer this Sashi team who starts on the T side. Again, the HE will be very curious for Iceberg.
Got that P250 out for Mister, so that gives Sashi that chance to challenge at long range. You can get the long range headshot at Yard. They're allowing him to have a look initially. Just a warning shot onto Exertion for now, but they heard that P250 and it's a quick swarm down.
That's a pretty good start then. 4 on 3. They'll still feel vulnerable though. Pistol rounds can turn on a dime really quickly. Minute 10 on the clock as Torzi sees something. We're trying to hold the same position for too long. That's 1/3 of the information he needs though. Still need to win the duel. You can see Iceberg is coming in for support. Surely Torzi's heard some footsteps there. Trying to combine together to drop a frag. It's slowly trying to outmaneuver each other. Iceberg trying to creep in now. In fact, taking a lot of damage. Torzi trying to find the right time to peek. I want to play off of his teammates if he can. That looks a bit awkward though. Lucky will get dropped in the meantime. It's down to Quez now. 1 versus 2, made 1. In fact, with 20 HP, he needs to avoid all the bullets really. Looking to hold that defuse, but Quez will deny him immediately. And there's Sashi with a big pistol round on the T side.
Wow, an ace from Quez to start this map off. Sashi will be delighted with that. And it's, yeah, that quick swarm on towards Yard. Really nice quick play from Sashi there. They just closed the distance so quickly, using that P250 on the long range angle so that those Glocks can then just sneak up close. But of course, we got that force spy coming right back from MOUZ, so no rest for the wicked. Sashi, you've got to stay focused here. There's still plenty of weapons and plenty of firepower on this MOUZ team.
Starting with a statement. an ace versus MOUZ. That is the confidence we were looking for. It goes beyond the pick then. But now they need to survive against this force spike, close the distance versus that scout. Cabby and Torzi both tagged. Mist is closing the distance though. So we'll see what he's able to do. And rounds like this will be a great measure of what Sashi are capable of, especially if things go a little wrong for them. MOUZ will be no stranger to a round such as this. If you're Sashi, you don't want to second guess yourself. Your opponent is dangerous. You don't want to give them too much space though. With the minutes on the clock, timing will be key. We'll keep an eye on how Sashi move around the map and close the net with the time they have. MOUZ being very proactive, not going too far though. They know the dangers that may lurk. But how do Sashi use this time? They're starting to go in now. It's very important. Oh, has he seen the play below him? Just in time. That's so key. You don't want to lose that AK-47, but oh, he realized he could be very vulnerable there to a two-man peek and somehow keeps the AK alive. He'll do even more than that, dropping Broland. That was very dicey indeed. And again, Sashi not afraid to take those brazen plays.
Yeah, good to see he had that awareness as well to realize I've got to get out of here. Lobby's been lost. Too many different angles you can get swarmed from, and they already had the A site at that point. So good map awareness from Quest to just get the hell out of there. And you can't be hunted down because you just wait at the top of the ladder. That's a nice shot from Exertion. Something to be recovered here for MOUZ. The force buy unsuccessful, and Sashi so far showing a good ability to get that yard control and really make the most of that as they just wrap around into that A site, slowly work their way into the best position possible. And yeah, that actually is a very well converted round from Sashi, and that goes to show what we were talking about. They've got some solid fundamentals on this team.
Yeah, rounds like that are where you can measure the depth of a team. Again, starting with a big statement, Quez now 7-0 in these first two rounds and continuing, avoiding the force by having that spatial awareness to realize that maybe the pinch was coming. He could sense them and they were on the way, keeping the AK out of the hands of the CT side. So far, so good for Sashi. And for me, all right, we'll talk about it later. That's a good double dig from Broland. Certainly something, although they're not really holding too much in this round, of course, MOUZ, as they need to stabilize their economy. But what I was going to say is that, you know, if we're going to look at storylines and threads going through a match, for me, it's the underdog and how much of a match they are for MOUZ, where the weaknesses may be. With some teams, we see them falter in a round like round 2, where the more experienced team unit has the force buy, etc. But Sashi so far survived that test. We look to the next one, which is maybe hit here, an early 4 versus 5. Perhaps not all the map control they would like to have at this point. And with more men on the ground for MOUZ and time getting closer to being on their side, how do Sashi deal with a test such as this?
The utility not here as strong for MOUZ this time, so denying yard will be difficult. Exertion just giving some warning shots, but he will be forced back. They are still delaying though. 40 seconds left for Sashi to make up their minds. They're only now getting yard control. That molly will slow them down further.
They've got really big problems here. MOUZ have contained them. They'll finally lose one player on Exertion, but they are giving them so much time pressure. Sashi are going to be forced to take gambles. The scout runs distraction and Broland pops out. It's classic, it's vintage, and it is working. 18 seconds on the clock now. 2 more CTs to find. Finally, an advantage for Sashi. They've got position to plant for main. Surviving this test so far, way better equipped. There is Kevlar on both these MOUZ players, though. But Torzi's got to find a headshot with that scout. If he finds lucky, that is. Mr. and Cabby will be a little dangerous on their health. And now Yimfat, last man standing, made a sound of the ladder and they know exactly where he is. So it seems that Sashi will survive another test. But again, MOUZ made that as difficult as possible, just slowing them down on that outside area, re-emerging from secret, forcing them to play against time. And yet Sashi still survive.
Yeah, MOUZ just doing a solid job at really stalling that round. And that goes to show, if Sashi don't get that immediate yard control, they may have some issues here. That's where some of these less experienced teams can struggle sometimes, in those moments where suddenly you realize, oh, the time is getting low, the time pressure's on. They do manage to recover on this occasion. In the future, they'll be up against the full buys. That will be much more difficult to deal with. Speaking of, AWP is out for Torji. It is that full buy for MOUZ. This is their first chance to really get on the board.
If MOUZ can find success early with the impact, the frags they got in that previous round, they may get running really quickly. So we can see Iceberg has $0 to his name. Like he does have the AWP there, but we'll see if he will by the end of this round. I'm wondering if we're going to see a not live here with the chat I can hear.
I wonder when that was cool, because there was a bit of damage done to Brolan. I believe the rule is after damage, the round should be played. But I'm sure they will be discussing that now.
The CTC seem to still be playing it, so perhaps they're waiting for a referee decision. No, there's the restore.
Okay.
There we go. Those ticks are always the giveaway. Tick, tick, tick from the chat.
Yeah, good to see. You never want a round decided by some outside of the server shenanigans. So
do you have an auto sniper in your loadouts?
I don't. Oh, I don't think so. No, no, because I use the AUG as well. So I want the AUG and the M4, to be honest.
On the CT side, I sacrificed the scouts.
Okay.
Why I'm sacrificing anything, I don't know, but I sacrificed the scouts to put the auto sniper in there because I feel like, you know, I want to channel my inner exist and get right and get that auto going on certain maps.
I like the scout now, that like on Dust 2 especially. I do want that scout on the second round. I just want to be taking those long range fights.
Peppering.
That's the thing.
One thing I learned from Sliggy was scout looking up mid from CT side while all the ecoing CTs run up. Anyway, we're on Nuke for the time being. Torzi moving away from those flames, still alive and dangerous with that lightning AWP. Announced his position with a shot. Who knows where he'll be later though. Minute 30 on the clock as Brolan is dropped through the smoke. That's a big early 5v4 for Sashi. There's so much time for them, but the numbers will be even by exertion.
Yeah, it looked like Brolan was maybe caught in the back from Squeaky there. It was hard to see in the midst of all the chaos. Either way, that frag has been found back. So a bit of a disappointment there for Sashi not to get that clean man advantage. They're still in a good position. Trading into a 4v4 means the CTs are spread more thinly and they have Iceberg down lower. The question is, how do they make the most of these positions? Look at the re-aggression from MOUZ. They don't want to just give this up. They're fighting for it. And the lineup for Yimpat is brutal, but Iceberg's still behind them. He might get more, but Exertion able to trade. And that might just shut this down.
This is a really big round for MOUZ. They need to stay alive with 3 if they can. 28 seconds might feel like a neon. This bomb could still be rescued. Quez makes his way through. However, little does he know that Exertion is standing right next to him. That keeps 3 alive for MOUZ. And put some pressure on that Sashi economy, which is exactly what MOUZ need. They need to break the T's and try to secure their own. They're surviving well for now. They've got an AK in their hands also. That's a big early round for MOUZ.
Yeah, you talk about how the game seems to favor aggression right now. Well, there's an example of a re-aggression from MOUZ getting into a good position. Yimpat catches a couple of players out. And then even though Iceberg was already down lower, Yimpat snuck past him, and that meant a disaster for Sashi in that attempt to go down lower. And now look at what it means for them. Only the 1 AK into this round. This is going to be a hard one for Sashi to win. Ooh, that's a good start.
So far,
though.
yeah, these, you know, small sample size, but another early 5v4 for Sashi. Those stats tend to bode well for a team. They do have reasonable weaponry. Utility is another story, but let's see how far they can get on the outside versus Torji. Will there be a trade frag? Oh, they're going 1 by 1, and that's not going to bode well. MOUZ are lining up really nice for each other. That would be a comfortable round for them, which absolutely breaks Sashi for the time being.
Yeah, super solid from Torji, but when there's that lack of utility against him, as you were saying, makes it a whole lot easier for that AWP to just wreak havoc over on Yard. And then you've just got Yimpat in at ramp, so overqualified to play those positions with the individual ability he has. But that's what makes this MOUZ team so scary. Normally, you expect your ramp player to be the weak one. We all know that from Pugs, but Yimpat is so good in those tough positions. And now Sashi are going to have their first bit of time to think, time to reflect. And now that the stress will begin, we'll see how they can handle that.
If I'm honest with myself about Counter-Strike, I don't think, personally, I've ever been overqualified to play any position anywhere.
Yeah,
on any map.
so. I'm with you. I'm at the point now where I do just take ramp. I know my job.
I'm happy to play anywhere on Nuke, actually. On most maps I am, apart from Mirage.
I mean, the main thing on Nuke is hoping your teammates actually understand. Sometimes I'm going to have to fall back from ramp, guys, and I'll tell you. But you've got to be ready for that. Don't get mad if I tell you I've given up ramp and they get past me.
Yeah. I don't think the average gamer's planned that far.
Yeah, probably not.
And I played a game of Inferno yesterday. On CT side, I made it down mid. And I called the guys top banana to come down banana, and they both came down and shot me.
That's always good.
Yeah. So clearly there is a pause for the moment. I'll ask you, what do you think the developers are working on at the moment? Obviously, netcode, yes, but you know, in a grander scale, like what is an operation going to look like in the future? Is it going to be like the old ones where we have that Scottish dude talking and we've got to like do these little, you know, missions on purpose-built maps, or is it going to be shooting people with a P250 and deathmatch for 25 shots to get, I don't know, a bison skin?
Yeah, you'd hope it's the missions, right? I guess for the longest time they were probably working on the CS2 transition. So now I'm hoping they've had a bit of time to work on that first operation. You know what I was thinking the other day? I'm always surprised why we don't have like I don't know, just a surf, like in-game surf thing, right? Like a tutorial or something where Valve make it themselves, just to give a little nod to some of the custom game modes. Like I've always thought those custom game modes are how a lot of people got into Counter-Strike. I remember back in the day playing on random mini-game servers, jail servers, all sorts. I mean, gun game servers, that got put in the game sort of as arms race.
Yeah. Gun game was better though.
Yeah, agreed,
but you know,
yeah.
but that's another important thing. I was just thinking that I think tools for the community are critically important because, you know, gun game, because it wasn't directly by the developers, you know, it had like sounds from Super Mario.
Yeah.
Or Zool made an actual Mario-esque level with spinning fireballs and all kinds of stuff in CSGO, which was unbelievable. And I think that is very easily overlooked and underestimated. The community, like, they basically create content for you. And while it's not going to replace an operation or something, you know, that stuff is critical. So I think whatever the tools are that the community needs, and part of that is fixing surf in CS2.
Yeah.
Because there are bugs that are more severe than they were in CSGO with how surfing works, etc. But, you know, those things are more important than people, well, than perhaps the developers may think. I think that stuff is quite important, especially when it's going to take you a long time to develop something like an operation, if that's what you're doing. Like, allow the community, like Lily Q is doing God's work with all the custom stuff that she's making. But the wider community, I think, needs more tools as well. So there's a delay, there's an issue which needs to be resolved at present. So we are going to head to a break. When we're back, the game continues. See you on the other side. Surprise, we're back. Let's continue. 3-2 to Sashi then. Problem solved, and that's what we like to see. It'll be the Glocks for this round. HE is the opposite of meaty. Is that like a vegan HE? I don't know.
Maybe. Oh, there's one of them. And the molly as well. So no ability for Sashi to move into yard. Don't know if they want to anyway with the Glocks. Oh, Exertion. Listen, he's aggressive at the best of times, so we'll allow Exertion to hunt these ecos, especially with the MP9. He wants that bonus cash. Might not get given it, though.
Uh-oh. Shuhei is going to need some help, and he's got Brolan to cover the angles for him. Look at that, absolutely diced, like it's the hallway in a Resident Evil movie. 3 apiece then. MOUZ on the comeback. If you're at this point as Sashi, obviously that was an eco round, but the guns are coming out. How many rounds are you aiming to take away from the remainder of this half? Like, sure, you can say, oh, all the rounds, but I mean, realistically, you may not win all of them. Most of the time you won't. And it's good to have targets. So like, is 5 rounds satisfactory, or what are you looking at?
Yeah, I think it's tough because when you win the pistol, you kind of move your expectations already. You probably expect a little more, especially considering they would have come in and had a lot of prep for this map. But I think you do have to be realistic and say, listen, yeah, if you get 5 or 6 rounds, you come away with that and you're happy with your ability going forwards. And to be fair to Sashi, it's a map where they do have a solid win rate. 71% in the last 3 months. Against lower competition, you know, those online European teams are definitely strong, so can't count them out. It's actually a map they've beaten Cloud9 on a couple of times in the qualifier, and Eternal Fire as well. So sticking with their strength. This round, though, 3 Galils will not be ideal, but at least they've prioritized the utility, which is so important on Nuke. So again, those 2 yard smokes from Sashi, but this time no follow-up. There's been a lot of presence there so far from this Danish squad. This time we might be on for something different.
Looks like an execute might be offered to the A-bomb site. We saw Iceberg lining up some grenade through the smokes they go. Do they have the chain flashes as well? One spotted towards heaven. Brolan dropped first. Shuhei waiting for his time to strike, and that's critical information with the bomb. 4 on 3. MOUZ are holding 4 now. Shuhei moving in now, trying to get some pre-fire going. Maccabi will trade. Now Mister's the only one standing. Torji is hunting. What else is there for him to do? A minute on the clock, and Torji doesn't need more than a second to drop him to the floor. That was a very nice reaction from him, looking dangerous as we head to the mid stage of this game.
Yeah, sometimes when you're watching the game live, it can be hard to tell exactly what went wrong, but Sashi just did not get out through Squeaky in that round. They had that first man sprinting out onto the site. I'm not sure if it was counter utility. I don't think I saw much, but either way, they just got stalled, it seems like. They just either hesitated or got stalled, and that cost them dearly because they had such a fast play onto the site ready. But MOUZ able to deal with it, and now again it is pistols for Sashi. They'll try and go for this yard play. I think that first man should have been spotted, but he's actually made it down safely.
The procession continues quietly behind that smoke. No spray on this occasion. These Tech 9s will prove dangerous from this distance. Exertion could be in some trouble here. This angle, surely they've seen him. Indeed they have, and he gets absolutely domed. 5 on 4. And again, these positions, this is a big problem for MOUZ. This is a very big problem indeed.
They might save. They might genuinely consider saving here. Oh, they've lost another man. What the hell is happening here? Exertion looked like he quick switched away from his rifle, and as soon as that gets recovered in his committed position, it gets put to use. A quick burst onto that B site, and out of nowhere, Sashi steal the round.
Good thing for MOUZ that Torji's basically got 11,000 in the bank, because this is proving to be an expensive one for them. Once those Tech 9s get down towards the doors on the B bomb site and the shoulder peeking is on the wrong angle for MOUZ, there are too many man, as the song goes. 4 apiece. Sashi squeezing some more rounds from this T side. They'll be very happy with that. Let's see what impact they can have this time. There will be another full buy for MOUZ. Torji, Exertion, and Brolan with 7 kills each. Quez leading the charge with 8. I think a few more of the Sashi players will probably warm up on the second half when they have the luxury of the CT angles. Ooh, great adjustment from Lucky. Another early 5v4. Be great to measure how many they've had in this half.
Yeah, they are finding a lot of frags on Yard early on. Here comes Brolan, little gap in those smokes. He's able to get one back, but might not be enough. They're still losing numbers. It's back in favor of MOUZ. Brolan finds a second kill over on Yard, and he's just going to slink away with the man advantage.
Love the urgency with that AWP for MOUZ as well. Not going to sit back and let Sashi play their advantages and use their time. We know they're capable. Bomb carrier, he just shows an elbow, just shows a knee, but not enough to be caught by Torji. He looks behind him, but can't get anything done. Good spatial awareness from Sashi, and there might be a bomb plant in this, although Brolan is going to make a play if he can. Pinching the bomb site. Oh, that leaves him down at 1 versus 2. Has he got a transfer? Absolutely. Collects both of them. That's a huge round for MOUZ.
That is beautifully played by MOUZ. The distraction comes in from Secret, and Yimpat, so cool, so calm in those scenarios, realizes he's walked out heaven, no one spotted him, and the timing is absolutely perfect. And it is those late round scenarios where the experience of MOUZ shines through. There was that initial re-aggression from Brolan and from Torji that you thought once Torji was caught and the site was lost, they might be in trouble, but Yimpat says no. So good in those clutches, in those positions. What a beast, bringing MOUZ back into the lead.
You can't buy that synergy. Many people have tried. Looking like quite a good matchup so far. Definitely lots of fights to be had in the remainder of this game of Nuke. Quez on 10 kills now. He's been very important for Sashi. And I don't think he's done yet.
Buy round back for both teams. Iceberg on that Mac 10, normally the entry of the team anyway, and he will be sprinting his way down Secret, putting immediate pressure on MOUZ. Where's the response from MOUZ?
Yeah, I mean, he's making so much noise. Do MOUZ read that as a deliberate bait? Are Sashi trying to invite a response to that? Are they more focused than MOUZ on the upper area? We'll see. Iceberg will be looking for a response as well, some presence of some description from MOUZ. Perhaps he'll need to break some glass to encourage them to go downstairs. Imfa has made his way down quietly. As you can see, glass is still unbroken. He needs to try and tease MOUZ out. There is the glass breaking and the setup, but Imfat's in a position where his info might just be enough. Let's see how this one shakes out. 50 seconds on the clock as Iceberg starts to head towards Ace. So indeed, there was a bait and switch as far as B was concerned, and in they go. Brolan is dropped, but Exertion is there to try and do what he can. But again, they are swarming this bomb site. Shuhei dies for the cause, and now it's a 3-on-2 in favor of Sashi. Yimfat still coming from downstairs next to the vent, but how can he make this work for him? Quez has the angles, the smoke is up. He might have to wait for Torji to run distraction, and if that's the case, he has to be quick afterwards. What is there left in this round for MOUZ? Might have to walk away from this one.
What a beautifully orchestrated round from Sashi. That fake down onto B did just enough. Utility being dumped onto the site, the smoke on the molly to cut off the attempted rotate if it was an actual B play. And then you quickly come back to the vent, you fly up, and you saw that first MOUZ player get caught in transition, get caught out in the open. That's all you need, that first domino to fall, and then a quick swarm onto the A site. And they even have that Molotov into heaven ahead of time. So Shuhei, trying to fight into that position, just gets stuck out in the open. He was always going down. That was a really well traded, really well executed round from Sashi, and they bring it back to even numbers.
You can see why they made it into this competition over other teams now.
Got a CZ.
A solid Sashi on the T side of Nuke. CZ 75 for Shuhei. Still a nasty pistol, run and gun special. Bargain bucket, discount. He's been collecting the vouchers. Elevation won't be enough for Quez, still caught by Imfat. That'll be enough for now. They can retreat with that. Only one player shown, maybe two heard by Cabby. Don't know what they can do with that information with only 4 players alive.
Oh, Shuhei getting caught. That was a long-range angle by the looks of things with that CZ. Never had a chance in that fight. I think he was trying to reposition after the man advantage was found into a safer spot, but instead, he gives away his life. And now Sashi, with a minute left on the clock, happy to run down that clock. That's a real shame for MOUZ. They switch things up by going for a proactive move. It goes against them. The Sashi are taking a little more time to get into position in this round, and we did see them struggle a little when the clock run down later in the previous rounds. Let's see if they can get over that this time.
I don't think Brolan just saw that player. 2 smokes, now 1, and the molly. Iceberg was creeping outside with his flashbang. Most of the utility was inside, but again, the timing of that smoke on the ramp thwarting Sashi. This one will be painful. They don't have time to clear a bomb site if they get that far to plant the bomb. So let's see what they can do. The 2-man setups from MOUZ, wherever they are so effective. Great synergy shown once again by MOUZ, shutting Sashi down.
Yeah, solid 2-man setup on ramp there. No way through, no way past that. And again, once it gets into the mid and late round, once the initial plan from Sashi goes awry, you see that those follow-up fights seem to be favoring MOUZ. Roland just on that shadow advantage over at Yard, always an easy kill for him. And then the plan from Sashi, never able to be accomplished. So last round of the half, Sashi at least have that 5 rounds we were talking about. They'll be looking for a 6th, but their buy is slightly weakened. Oh, this could be faster.
That smoke will be quite challenging though, if it is to be the A-bomb side. Brolan is expecting, he avoids the flashes, drops Iceberg as well, might even have time for a reload or a gun switch. Down they go. Got the information then to go for the plan B. Can they get that bomb planted quickly? Indeed they can. MOUZ will have to respond after the fact. Last round then. Exertion sees 1, but will he see the one close left to him? There will be trades. 4 on 3 for MOUZ then. As Lucky's upstairs, that means there's only 2 players on that bomb site. So that delay could be quite painful. He's got to find a way to go and help his teammates, but he walks into Shuhei. And there is time on the clock. They've all got defuse kits for MOUZ. 2 versus 4. A Mac-10 and a Galil to try and keep the dream alive for this last round for a tied score at half-time. Quez has got to get escapes on now. Imfat's in the red and will have the angles to drop him. And it will be a 2-round lead for MOUZ at half-time. Quite a slog, a strong opponent in Sashi, but still they lead. 7-5 in favor of MOUZ. Now Sashi move to the CT side. The second pistol begins. Can they go 2 for 2? That would be a huge way to start the second half. Again, the underdogs, but they have shown they've got a lot to prove in this one. MOUZ off to a good start, but can they get through this hut? Iceberg says no with the Julies. 3-on-2 though, still winnable for MOUZ, but wow, there's a lot of lead in that small area. Talk about a heat map. Shuhei coming in from the back tag, but he's got more to do, but they're coming in from the top, and that will mean Torji remains alone. Has he been spotted in this entire round? I don't think so. He has a lot to do. This one's going to be difficult. 2 players were upstairs. He used to be close enough to land those headshots as well. Lucky having a look. Torji is long gone though. On the cusp of both pistols, Sashi, that would be quite the boost for them. A good showing in that first half. They did pick this map. Was he in the clutch then? Needs all 3. 40 seconds is plenty of time. Seems there may be no eyes on the bomb. Does he assume someone's on the roof? There's no challenge as he collects it. Now his options are available to him. Will anyone check for that bomb? Oh, that's an instant headshot from him. And now he can make a beeline towards that B site. And he will indeed. Surely there's no one there. There's no reason for someone to be there. Burst fire just in case. Absolutely no one there. 15 seconds on the clock. Let's go. He's found a way to make this possibly work. One on the ramp, but where is the other? He's got the information now. He can find those 1v1s. How do they close the distance? He's out in the open, and he will eventually get dropped. A noble effort, but it will be taken by Sashi.
Yeah, and still, Torji at least gets the bomb plant out of that, which is a big win for MOUZ into the upcoming round. It gives them that chance for a force buy if they want it. And it was really well figured out by Torji there that he could sneak away with that bomb, that he could sneak in with the plant. But it did all come back to Iceberg with those dualies just spraying away, shutting down that hut aggression. They got caught in that choke point. They never properly got out onto the A site. And that meant the final 2 MOUZ players left in a tough position. Torji does what he can, but eventually gets ganged up on. But now there is that force buy right back. Galil's in play. The utility may be weak, but they can definitely compete here, MOUZ.
This is one of those buys, isn't it? 3 Galils, 2 French guns on the CTs. It's a coin flip if you ask me. Next to no utility remaining for MOUZ at this point, but if they can make it to secret, then who knows? That's their one flash, and that'll do exactly what it needs to. Space has been created. Cabby trying to even the numbers with the FAMAS, nothing doing just yet, but Lucky will pick up the slack in that regard. 4-on-4, but MOUZ have made so much presence towards that B bomb site. Doesn't have the range, does he? How is he getting the Mach 10 kill from that far away? That's MOUZ way. He's basically in another country.
Ludicrous. A steal of a kill, and now Sashi are going to have to fight their way back. Look at Torji, swings open the door almost at the right time, but Myth are able to turn around. They should now know where Mr. is still, and he will get run down. And that means that Iceberg is just down vents. He may come up, he may sneak up. There are 2 low players. They have no idea where he is. Sneaking towards the site. He may have a chance. They're both low. Iceberg needs one more, but where is Shuhei? He has to work it out. He has to find him. And Shuhei goes out wide and just holds on.
Perfect gun for the job. He didn't know probably how low they all were, but my God, that must have been terrifying once they heard the MP9. Down to the wire. That is a very, very big round to win, leaving Sashi to pick up the pieces. There were so many micro situations in that round. It really could have gone either way on multiple occasions, but here we are. Now the test gets really big for Sashi. Pressing the jump button outside. Lucky will look for more. Got to be careful though, and he will. There are many looking for more. That was so close. I beg thee to go for a wall bang.
Yeah, Brolan will be hiding. Now he gets up into the open, and that nade will soften him up. I don't think a scout would be a one-shot to the body still. A bit of damage early. Oh, that nade might help. No, Brolan ducks out of it. Cabby now will try and get up close behind these smokes. I don't think he can do anything about the secret play, though.
Footsteps heard. They know what's compromised, and they have some time to respond to that. No smokes remaining for Sashi, though. Always a strong weapon in a round such as this, but so is a 5-7. What will the timing like be for Cabby? There goes the crossfire. Brolan looking for this spot. Oh, he's just about not found him, and Cabby collects 2. That's massive. Lucky here with the tags as well, and MOUZ are in trouble. Towards the exertion have got about 60 HP between them. And again, we're in another coin flip situation with a geek angle on the hut as well. That could be a deciding factor later on. Although there's only 20 seconds left and Quez is starting to close that net. MOUZ are in trouble here. They have limited time, limited health to respond to these challenges. Quez looking to almost outstay his welcome there. How has the Impact found that frag? 2 remaining on both sides. 7 seconds to plant that bomb, and I don't think that's happening on this occasion. There's only so much Torji can do, and they all abandon the A-bomb site, and Sashi are fighting back.
Wow, that round was vital for Sashi. If they lose, their economy is broken, they're down in rounds, and they're in the bin. But instead, they win. And the stalling on yard is what it all comes down to. MOUZ just get solo on the clock before they really have an end goal. Overlooking that one angle from Cabby. And fair play to Cabby. He's someone who is meant to be the standout player on Sashi. We haven't really seen that so far, but he got that incredibly quick second kill. That made a massive difference there as MOUZ tried to move in from yard. And now it's MOUZ's turn to continue the force buy wars. The Sashi want to end them right here as they've got the better buy again.
Feel like it was millimeters for Cabby not being spotted. What a difference that made. Still a dicey round for both squads though as MOUZ look to abuse the numbers game. Shuhei's been dropped, but Cabby's in position. They have the ramp MOUZ, but what else? They need to find more. Oh, it's going down to the wire with these duels. Exertion, Torji, 18 HP combined. Quez just on 3. Cabby making sounds. Oh, Exertion. Oh, okay, that's a great transfer from Cabby. No grenade needed. Wonderful work. And the impact's in the clutch. Everybody can win this one. So much time on the clock, committing to the bomb plant. Quez with perfect timing. Stops the bomb plant from happening. Sashi stay alive.
Yeah, another big multi-kill there from Cabby, just sweeping those 2 players away. Both low health, sure, but very important frags to find. That was MOUZ trying to be a little more explosive on the initial ramp play, but credit to Cabby. It was actually the triple in the end because he was the initial man stopping them from getting into hell. So it looks like the star player for Sashi is springing to life in this second half. And now MOUZ have not got enough money to force any longer. Maybe if they got that bomb plant, there'd be something to talk about. Instead, this could be a big save. And you can see Hunden there making sure to have a chance to talk to his team because he's realized they've weathered that initial storm. And now Sashi need to be ready to keep going because on the CT side, they're likely to about to take the lead. They're likely to put themselves in a good position here on this first map.
I like this Sashi team. They are a good team from what we're seeing. The choices they've made, both in maps, in dicey situations, in pacing. They're a team with depth. MOUZ a team with shallow pockets for the time being. Should be a nothing round for them. Any impact they can have, any frag they can somehow find in this one could pay off because as we can see, the coffers on the Sashi side post-buy are very low indeed. Any rebuys you can force here can pay off later on. That's one of the great tasks of the T side on Nuke is just chipping away consistently at the CT economy until you break them and then the game begins. MOUZ have to keep them as poor as they can. Every frag counts.
Sure, Lucky will be hoping for some easy frags. Ooh, very tight angle there. 5 kills only, now turn to 6, so that all will get involved. And Cabby again, stepping up here on this CT side. Easy frags, as you would expect, but still nice to see. Shuhei managed to sneak down here, but I don't think he'll get that much out of it. And so Sashi set to take the lead.
That's fantastic for the series overall. Not in terms of bias, but a competitive series. Because sometimes these teams come through the qualifiers and they're not quite ready for the challenge. So far, it seems that Sashi are. Of course, it's one thing to perform on one difficult map, such as Nuke, but to perform across a series is a different question that will be answered in more time. But so far, so good. Sashi in the lead now versus MOUZ, who come back on the bye. The 5 AK-47s are out. Notably lacking Molotovs in this round. Smokes and flashes with the odd HE. What does that mean for their intentions? Towards there, you'll often see those Molotovs activated as the team make their way in. We'll keep an eye on what MOUZ may have in mind for their opponent here. Minute 30 as they show presence outside.
Willing to play patiently, but now those smokes will emerge, and look at the CT defense. They're trying to deny this. Iceberg comes up, he gets one. Eventually runs out of ammo, but MOUZ need to get down before those smokes are going to cause an issue for them. They will be able to do so without the bomb right now. It's Torji and Brolan leading the way, and Shuhei a little too far behind with that bomb. He'll look for the fight, and what a shot that is.
Got to get his skates on.
It's against the AWP.
Really nice work. Not sure if anybody heard that rotation with the bomb, but perhaps they'll assume the compromised either way. Very aggressive response to those smokes outside from Sashi. And Yimfat, again, down to the wire. 1 bullet away from death, but he will hold position and do even more than that. He creates new options for them. Does he check the A bomb site now with those 2 frags? That is a giant hole for Sashi to try and fill. They are limited in leg power now. This is not the way they were expecting it to go. Look at that lineup from Cabby. Wonderful crosshair placement. Looking for information with a little jiggle peek, but he will fall eventually. And then it was Quez, the top fragger, 17 kills for him, and he needs 3 more. Doesn't seem to be happening anytime soon. Such marginal frags we have seen round to round, favoring this team and that, but Yimfat going huge, opening up the A-bomb site for MOUZ, whose B plan seemed to be failing with those initial engagements, but they still found a way.
Yeah, big from MOUZ, and again, Yimpat's just so good. I feel like the top teams, the top orgs, I should say, because MOUZ are a top team, they've got to be looking at Yimpat. Like, if I was G2, I would be so desperate to get someone like him. He doesn't take up much space, but just getting the multi-kills every single time. It's always these little 2Ks where he needs to get them for MOUZ. Always impactful. Been great to see. He's been a big reason why they've been able to get back into this game in the first place. And we may have another pause coming in here. I liked the initial attempt from Sashi, fighting yards, stalling it out. They got that first frag, but then just a stunning shot from Shuhei, a lovely adjustment. They thought they had the AWP, trained on the angle. They thought Lucky was favored. He goes down. Suddenly that changes so much in the round. No longer the AWP on yard. Instead, MOUZ have options open to them. And then leaving Impact in those tough positions, but he delivers.
MOUZ proving to be hard to kill on the first map of this series. So close and yet so far in some of these scenarios for Nuke. And I think being on the losing end of some of these duels has got to be so frustrating, but there's more rounds to be played, more action here on Nuke. And again, that's going to be a good cerebral test for Sashi to keep focused, not be distracted by being on the wrong end of some of these final bullets in very decisive 1v1s. That second kill from Yimfat was wonderful though. 9 rounds each. First map of the series, Ancient and Mirage to follow. I do think in terms of the map pool, just on a side note, that I feel like for the casual gamers and for the lifeblood of CS, Mirage and or Dust 2 need to be in the map pool until another map comes in that can prove itself to take the weight of Mirage, if you will, which I think is why Dust 2 has returned to the map pool. Maybe to see how it does and if it's safe to remove Mirage to have some change without significantly damaging the life of the game. And I presume were that to fail and Dust 2 to prove not to be the one, then Vertigo would be replaced with something and Mirage would remain. That's my theory. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that's what you'd hope. The problem is, I was always thinking that Overpass is a map that kind of it just makes so much sense to have in the pool because there's just so few maps we have like it. It was such a different map. I thought it always justified its own place just because of how it played so differently to everything else. But obviously that's gone now. Sure, we'll get it back at some point.
Crazy decision, if you ask me.
I agree. I thought Overpass was so fun, like the different elements you get. And I always want there to be those maps in the pool where they're just so different and it's a completely different challenge for teams to figure out.
Yeah, like a train, I think.
Sure.
They're not the same kind of map, but I mean, they're similar in the fact that they're so different to everything else.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we'll see. Fingers crossed for the future. I suppose Vertigo is one of those, but bad.
Yeah, that's the problem. Exactly. All right, all tied up, but back into the action. Lucky on just 6 kills. He's got that ult back out. We'd like to see him stepping up here on this CT side for Sashi in such a close game. They could use his ult presence on the server. No chances behind those smokes, though. And, oh, wow,
Oh, how was that not a kill?
I thought he had it.
So quickly, presence has been taken. Map control has been taken by MOUZ all the way down secret very fast indeed. And that was the early 5v4 they were looking for. A warning shot for Sashi. They were lucky to get away with that one, but will they be able to respond? Just a few smokes for Sashi. They might be enough though, as MOUZ have got so much time to wait for a response. But now there's a lot of chat and I start to wonder what that might mean. No one's taken damage yet, so what is going on? Well, it seems things will continue. Or will they? I'm not so sure. 40 seconds left. I feel like this might be a not live Hawker.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. It's not feeling like it's 100% live. Play to the whistle, if you like football terms, but yeah, now it's been reset.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a real shame for how much MOUZ had, but maybe, well, who knows? I don't know what the issue was, but with how quickly they took map control and how much time they had to play with, it's unfortunate that a round like that is one that has to be reset. Because it's very difficult, I think, or rare. I'd be surprised if they even went for that again, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And it looked like it may have been a MOUZ issue, so that makes sense as to why you've got to call for it if it is a tech issue. I think I saw a monitor getting adjusted. So hopefully we get that sorted ASAP because this game is delivering right now. It's a really close one. It's been really enjoyable to watch. You do get that feeling that as much as Sashi have played really well here, in some of the close moments, in some of the tight rounds, that MOUZ experience has shined through. And even though Sashi have done well in winning the pistol rounds, for example, I do just get that feeling MOUZ might have the edge in some of the tight rounds here. And if that happens, I could see them just getting over the line. And it would be a shame for Sashi, but maybe that would be a learning process if that were to happen. But maybe they can prove me wrong. I also think it would be nice for Lucky to maybe switch things up with the AWP at some point, because he's been at Yard a lot. And if he were to go for maybe, you know, an aggressive move into Hut, just something a little different, it could give a different angle to Sashi's game. But I think Lucky maybe not 100% confident right now, you could say. Only on 6 kills. Still, though, as that AWPer, you want to see him making moves, calling for plays, trusting in his ability. Torji definitely switched it up 1 or 2 rounds on the CT side, and it helped MOUZ on their CT side. Let's see if Lucky can do the same as we are ready to get back into the action.
Unfortunate reset at a critical time. Let's see what MOUZ have in store then. In round 19, take 2. And they could offer the same early execute, but will they put the same footwork behind it? I'm so curious. Doesn't seem it'll play out in the same way then. By about now, they had people down secret. On this occasion, they're on a 4v5. This is a promising round for Sashi.
Yeah,
there were no kills or damage in the previous round. There was no guarantee who would win it.
Of course. Yeah, but was nice map control for MOUZ, as you said. This time, though, Lucky not going for a different position, just switching up the way he plays Yard. Very important kill there. Was talking about him before the round. Big frag from Lucky against the opposing AWPer, and now this plan B is the the ramp play. And look at this 2-man setup from Sashi. It could be so good.
Footsteps heard. Quez repositioning, trying to avoid the flashes as best he can. Cabby left on an island now. That's big information. I think they saw the bomb there. They've got a 4-on-3. 46 seconds. For MOUZ to try and press on to find something. They need a bit more here. This 3-on-4. Seems it'll be exertions. Try and find something. That is a big frag from him. Mr. dropped to the floor, left in pieces. Iceberg, how's he missed that one? Awkward mouse movements, and suddenly MOUZ are in the lead. Planting the bomb, 3-on-2. Brian upstairs, but as he looks away, someone emerges behind him. Not just one. Lucky, so quick on the trigger there. Down to a 2-on-2 now. As he gets caught with his pants down, leaving Quez 1 versus 2. And get his knife out there, Lucky, as he showed himself. Quez has got some of the information, but where is the trade fragger? He's got to be here somewhere. There's the flash to face, but still looking for that second player. Seeing exertion, but he just can't get enough on him. And he'll have to save the AWP. It will be MOUZ forcing their way into the lead once again.
Oh, it was a slog of a round for MOUZ, but they get it over the line. Did not look good initially, and honestly, I feel like Quez in that ramp setup maybe just playing a little too safe there. They had the chance for the crossfire, they had the chance for the 1-2 punch, but Quez got caught trying to reposition, switching up his angle, switching up his movement, and that ended up being the awkward scenario where he ends up not getting anything out of that ramp hold. He leaves his teammate to go down, and elsewhere Exertion with some very important frags back. Him as that aggressive rifler can be so good. At least that AWP was safe for Sashi, but MOUZ on the verge of 11. Oh, wow. Whoa, Lucky goes close with the AWP. The pistol's still in play. Mister with a dink, but no frag. And now this flank might be awaited by MOUZ.
Going for the quick bomb plant before the CCs can continue advancing. There could still be some more variance in this round. Torzi's got a good angle, ready for Cabby as well. Not shy to finish off the job completely. MOUZ have the bull by the reins now. By the horns, rather. They don't have reins on a bull, but they do have horns.
Yeah.
Sashi will be on a buy once again. Lacking in the AWP. Seen quite a few AWP frags in this game. Doesn't look like there'll be any for Sashi in this round. But it seems that their grip is getting a bit slipperier on this game of Nuke. They've really put the pressure on MOUZ. And yet MOUZ is still delivering. Iceberg lucky to still be standing.
Yeah, there were some issues in the Sashi by here, not in terms of the weaponry, but the nades were pretty short. The utility not fully there for them. I was wondering if they go aggressive to compensate for that. But then maybe you think to yourself, MOUZ are going to be ready for you to make an aggressive move. But I do feel as though Sashi have been sitting back a lot. Maybe they could do with trying to take lobby control at some point. Oh, there's an angle through. Shuhei finds it onto Cabby. And now Iceberg low on health, trying to get in the midst of the smokes. Exertion so close. What a transfer! Iceberg with the reactions. No one able to trade. And Sashi right back in the round.
Could not ask for more perfect timing. The headshot and then the player collected, creeping through the smoke. That is exactly what they need. And his presence there may delay them. If he doesn't peek too far and just holds them in that position, what are MOUZ able to do with 3 players and 35 seconds on the clock? Torzi's the one holding the angle. He's also the one holding the bomb. So what is he able to get done? You can see, oh, he's taken the bait. His teammate underneath, Torzi's teammate, is making noise downstairs to bait Iceberg into responding. And there's the frag they were waiting for. Heading towards 15 seconds to get this bomb planted. 3 on 3, Mister creeping around the corner, collects 2 of them, and that might just be enough. Torzi's got to hold on to this AWP, surely.
Yeah, he knows it. No other option. Wants to make sure he doesn't go down after time, so he'll just hide as Sashi get themselves up to double digits. They take their 10th, and a couple of key multi-kills are what causes it. MOUZ trying to push through that smoke while they had the other player on top of main, and that ends up being a scenario where the transfer is allowed to happen. That felt like the defining moment of the round. Exertion just getting caught there. And then even though Torzi gets that frag back, Mister with good timing swings and they line up. So Sashi able to get a 10th round through, and they will take their final tactical timeout. Hunden there behind the team, using this chance to try and use his experienced voice to keep them calm, because this game is going the distance by the looks of things.
I love how scrappy this is. Both teams giving everything in this opening game of the series.
Oh, look at the economy for both teams as well. Barely any money in the bank heading into this round. This is a massive round. This might just decide the map.
Oh, here's the fast one then from MOUZ in a different scenario. Lucky will be focused on the smoke. There's a bit of a gap there as well. Does that run distraction? Look at the double peek from MOUZ. Wonderful synergy, but Lucky is here to clean up and hold some map control for his squad.
Yeah, unfortunately, you get that first kill, but with that second player on yard, the first man there just jumping round is never going to be traded. And look at Quez, another player on yard, not expected. Quez takes 2, and suddenly MOUZ need a way back into the round, and Yimpact can't find it. Iceberg shuts the door, and MOUZ unable to win this round. Sashi are about to tie things up.
I don't think we see a bomb plant here for Shuhei. They're going to be in so much trouble, MOUZ. Does he try and take weapons away from the CTs, keep them spending as well? He's got time, but no more HP. 11 apiece, but it's not equal in terms of money. Opportunity. Even Yimpact couldn't find a way to get MOUZ back into that round. And they are in trouble now on this first map.
Yeah, the start looked so good for MOUZ, but then the Sashi setup just seemed unexpected. Having that players on yard and also the man down secret. That player able to just sneak in and catch both players off guard from MOUZ. And that one little switch up from Sashi makes all the difference. And now, MOUZ do not have great money leading into this round. They take a timeout because they need to talk this through. They need to figure out what they're going to go for in this round. And you can see so far, just the dig on Shuhei. It looks like it will be pistols. MOUZ having to save for the final round of regulation. Or are they? Torzi at least picking up a Galil. But outside of that, the chances in this round are so slim for MOUZ. No nades. How do you get the opener?
I feel like I was looking for multiple Tech 9s, maybe telegraphing a play towards B, but there's just the one. The pots and pans by whatever was available in the local village fate. A Deagle, a Tech 9, snakes and ladders. Maybe a cream cake. Control has been wrestled back and forth between these squads. As we approach the final round of the game in regulation. Oh my, he really has. He hasn't even been seen, has he? Iceberg's got no idea. Did he not hear the sound cue of him going into the vents? Either way, let's see what they can do with that. They will get absolutely drilled towards the ramp. Shuei's found a Galil. He's the one carrying the bomb. He has no Kevlar. Ooh. And now there is little hope. Exertion with the pistol will get not much else done. So there'll be 2 frags. We'll see what impact that will have. I mean, Iceberg's got plenty of money, so I don't think they'll matter. They'll be cosmetic. The bonus money for MOUZ in those frags will be much needed, though, as they try to eke out all the grenades they can.
Last round of regulation coming up. Sashi with a golden opportunity to win this map against MOUZ, to get off to a good start in this series. They were big underdogs coming into this one, but they've shown they can play this map. They've played to their strengths on this one. The MOUZ do have the AKs, and they have the tenure. They have the chance to pull this one into overtime if they win this round. Their smoke's up at Yard. Cabby might be trying to play around those. No lines of sight so far, and it's just Exertion. This aggressive player who's been having his teammates behind him in so many prior rounds, but this time it's a fake. He goes alone while his team wait elsewhere.
Quez disengaging for now, waiting for his teammate to pick up the slag. He'll drop one and fall back. Staying alive is critical for Sashi. There's so much time on the clock. Exertion's going fishing. Quez will be dropped after finding a second, and Exertion has got to make something happen here. Trying to stream in towards the B-bomb. It's like Iceberg going for a big play. It gets put out cold. 3-on-3. Bomb getting planted for MOUZ then. Must-win situation for them. Big pressure on Sashi. Can they deliver here? Cabby and Mister coming in from Secret. There are kits on all 3 players. They've got the extra time. They've got to smoke for a choke point should they want to use it. There's Exertion showing presence now. Also telegraphs where the CTs are going. That clock is ticking, and this is looking very difficult indeed. Who starts to peak first? It's going to be painful to find out where these MOUZ players are. Maybe for Cabby, indeed it will be. But look at these trades coming through. Exertion, the last one left. Is there time to get on this bomb as well? I think there might be. That looks impossible, but I think they've done it. Indeed, they have. Sashi take Nuke from MOUZ, 13-11.
Sashi themselves looked like they were on the edge of their seats as that defuse was coming in, but they get the map and the celebrations on the first map win coming through, because that took everything about that first map overall. Yes, they lost, but I think they did look pretty solid, and they should absolutely believe in themselves to come back into this series as the big favorites.
Yeah, I think a loss on that map is a credit to how good their opponent was, really. And into Ancient we go. I always, whenever this map is on, I just think about how hot it is. Where, like in Chichen Itza in Mexico, which basically the inspiration for this map, is hot. It's really hot.
Sure, it's a little humid as well. Let's see what these dualies can do then on the B site. Mister into position. Look at this, a complete shutdown with the flash to help. MOUZ get nothing.
This could be 0 for 3 pistols. It probably will be. Shut it down indeed. No footsteps. They barely break terra firma on that bomb site. How long and drawn out will it be then? Lucky looks a little bit like Hobbit. Second cousin, maybe.
Yeah, I can see it. Especially with the,
well, there's one.
Hair now.
Much more to be done, though. When it's on the clock, and this is awkward for the CT. It's awkward for Sashi, a scenario like this, where you get close enough to the clock, and it's just a one shot, and you don't want to give up the opportunities to get shots in the face too easily. So Lucky will just hold his position, look for any nasty flanks while things become more urgent on that B-bomb site for the remainder of MOUZ. Just looking for the headshots, trying to avoid getting traded, showing some presence on one side, looking for a frag on the other. Getting dicey now. So everybody gets some tags here and there. CT starting to swing together though and deal with it, but hold on a second, it's Yimfat. Guess who? With 20 seconds, there could be a bomb plant in this, but he's only got 3 shots left in the magazine and he'll be put out of his misery. You saw it happening, you often do when it's him, but not this time.
Oh, again, he shows that ability to just get those quick double kills that he's just so known for, that he's so good at, but unfortunately not able to get much more. Yeah, as you said, it was a little awkward for Sashi briefly, just because Lucky doesn't want to get up close and go down, and he ends up being somewhat far away from the site. So once those 2 kills come in, there was the chance for Yimfat to isolate the fight. Unfortunately, didn't have the ammo to get the job done. And that means that MOUZ will decide to save here. No bomb plant for them as they got bounced out of that B bomb site. See what they can do. Oh, wow, that flash. Whoa, hang on a second. 2 kills. Okay, maybe got a little too excited, but that's still crazy.
They'll collect a firearm as well, a primary weapon in a nothing round. There could be more in this for MOUZ. Sashi don't want this to be more expensive than it has already become. Lucky, he really wants to thin these numbers out. The HG's gonna do big damage though. With an MP9 in their hands, this changes everything. So awkward for Sashi. Do you concentrate on range where you can? You can see them falling back from B. They've got no presence in mid. They need to keep eyes on that. And now MOUZ can jiggle even with no Kevlar. There might be a bit of jiggling to be done here. A bit. That's all of the jiggling Shuhei will do. You can see he gives the sound cues that he's running away. Looks for a big swing, but Mr. gets there eventually. This is nerve-wracking for Sashi. Longest 35 seconds of their lives. Bomb on the B bomb site now. Torsi's got a bomb plant in this. They can really force the action here with Sashi. And that MP9 continues. Torsi can have a big swing with that. Kevlar or none. And buy some time as well. Mr. going in first, and now it's down to that MP9, but there'll be no more damage left, and that will surely be a sigh of relief, an exhale of relief for Sashi.
And that nade made things so interesting. And how often do you see a nade do that much damage? That's what we want to see more of. Nades that actually get rewarded the damage that they deserve. And I like that Shuhei actually just basically runs distraction with that Glock in top mid. He really just drew the attention away for a few seconds to allow that bomb to get snuck into the site. Obviously, they had a chance there. They had a real chance. If they win that first fight, if one of those shots lands from Torji, suddenly it could be a different story. And still, the bomb plant will absolutely help them. Even more money into this round. Perfect nades. We'll see if Sashi can hold against the full buy from MOUZ.
Big one from Broland. Oh, he's in trouble here. Hold on a second. How have they survived even that long? 3-on-3. That'll be the advantage for the T side then, as Sashi will scramble to get over to that A bomb site. In they go, MOUZ, taking that map control very quickly, very urgently indeed. There is a flank on the way from Iceberg. 2 of the 3 with the fuse kit, so maybe there's a play to be had, but he'll have to start walking, otherwise he will be heard from that donut position. With only Iceberg and Quez remaining, this will be quite a tall order. A surge in that mid position from MOUZ proves to be fruitful, but there seems to be a bit more fight in this just yet. I don't think Iceberg's position has been detected. He has a smoke as well. That bomb is planted for MOUZ though, and their spray might be good enough. Kits on both players. Surely one stands in front of the other to absorb the damage. And there's the defuse. I thought they might not get there, but they did. A robbery then, as Sashi keep the clean sheet for now. I thought that one was done for.
Yeah, it looked good for MOUZ. It looked real good for them on those initial trades. They quickly realized with 2 players going down on mid, It's a very real chance that those were the players on the A side of the map, so they accelerate, they don't waste any time. But then that bomb planted a little too far on that right-hand side, so those players, after getting smoked off in the retake, have a hard time lining up that spam through. They got the damage eventually, but it was too little, too late. Sashi hold on for another round win. With that bomb plant, MOUZ will keep the pressure on with the AKs. Oh, and that'll do.
Look at
nice.
the support for the rifle as well. Brilliant stuff. That's a great start from Sashi. When you see the AWP, it's always good to look at the rifle support around it also. It wasn't necessarily needed on that occasion. Some more action to be had later then with regards to that. But this is a very promising start from Sashi. A 5-on-3. Now, MOUZ are one of those teams that have the individual prowess to turn things around, but a 2-on-5 might be a little too much to ask. The flash is coming through also. This will be a difficult start for MOUZ then. An arid landscape in more ways than one. Great timing to stand in the swamp when I say that. Not quite arid there. But generally speaking, it's quite arid. You can see it, yeah? It's arid. It's like he's looking at it to be like, no, but it's quite wet here actually. Thanks, Torzi.
Proving you wrong. Wow. That was a similar round from MOUZ on the initial mid play to the previous, except this time Sashi were just sitting way further back and they had that AWP trained up above. So without the utility being effective on towards Lucky, it was a pretty easy opening shot. And from there, MOUZ don't really find any way into the round. They just slowly lose their numbers on mid and then try and make that play on B that gets denied. And that was the moment where Sashi's money could have been broken if MOUZ won that round. But now, they will get a bit of money in the bank thanks to having all 5 alive. And maybe this does start to get a little concerning, a little sketchy for MOUZ. 4-0 down. Very real chance that could turn to 5. Their buy should be limited into this round. It only takes so long before you start to get a little scared if you're on the MOUZ side. Just a little.
Okay, we've got a 0-2-3 setup from Sashi, and on this occasion, look at the presence being shown by Exertion, but how many people can he draw over towards the A-bomb side, because the real push is coming in towards B, and they are taking a ticket one after another for Quez. A 3K, he shuts that down completely. The bomb's been lost for now. A promising offering from MOUZ, but it was utterly denied by Sashi. There was some hesitation, you could see it in the movement there, as there was some concern towards the A-bomb site, but it didn't really fully abandon that B area. They wanted more evidence before they were going to do that. I really do like this Sashi team. This is impressive what we've seen from them so far.
Yeah, credit to Sashi. I think a lot of less experienced teams, that's the sort of round they might fall for a little too hard. They might get a little too stressed. But they clearly always have a good understanding of what's going on the map. This round isn't done yet, though. Bomb may be down on the floor, but there are MOUZ players ready to move into position. That smoke makes things awkward, though, and the swing is nicely timed from Quez. He could be on for another ace in this series. He'll be denied by Shuhei, but out in the open, not much he can do on the edge of that smoke. Mister will deny any chance of the clutch, secure the 5-0 lead. I've got to say, credit to Quez. He's been playing very well in this series, and he's normally the lowest rated player on Sashi, so that's a big step up from him, making the difference right now.
Solid effort from Sashi, making so far quite the statement in their opening series of this competition, and what a competition it is. If you missed the intro earlier on with the detail on the trophy and the things around it, I think by the end of this, people are going to be pretty impressed with the whole thing. This is definitely a place where you want to deliver. And so far, Sashi are doing exactly that against stiff competition, to put it mildly. For the teams heading to the losers bracket, only one of those teams will make it through to the playoffs to join the other 7 teams who make it from the round of 14. Resurrection being the right word for that. Anyway, into another buy round for MOUZ. They are well equipped for this one, trying to catch the CTs, going for these aggressive positions. I love that Sashi are changing up their aggression again. Let's not forget, last round it was a 0-2-3 setup. This time there's plenty of presence towards A.
Yeah, MOUZ at least seem to finally have that mid control without having to take any losses or take any initial frags, as they did in that one round where they got onto A and lost. Here comes aggression from Sashi, though. This could be well timed. Lucky on the angle gets one. Iceberg gets another. That's the bomb dropped. And suddenly the round has gone very wrong for MOUZ, but it could still be salvaged here. Brolan brings one back, and they're going to fight him aggressively. And Brolan makes it a double. He should go down, but Lucky doesn't have the rifle. And so the AWP fires wide, and Brolan's going to get away with it.
Wonderful stuff. Faking the kill cam as well, going back for a second. Great timing from him. So he's trying to run distraction onto Lucky. His exertion was looking for something, and he'll get there eventually. This is the round that MOUZ needed, but there's still more work to be done. Mister trying to control the map, but he won't be able to do that. Almost isolated the fight with the utility, but they will get run into the ground this time by MOUZ, who finally get their first round on the board.
And that's exactly what MOUZ can do to you at any moment. You almost forget. And then as soon as they lose a few rounds in a row, the individuals alone carry them through that round because they were down heavily in numbers. Sashi try and play with confidence, try and just continue to steamroll MOUZ. That doesn't happen. That gets denied. That initial push was so good for Sashi, but then they lose those 2 players back. Exertion waits for the re-aggression. MOUZ finally able to punish. And now Sashi actually have a weakness in their buy, but look at this, they're going aggressive again.
Oh, swing and a miss from Torzi, and he's lost the bomb. They're actually surrounded now. If Iceberg picks up this frag onto Yimpat, then they're in so much trouble. Lucky's here for support, goes for the rifle, but that costs him. And maybe that's a chance then for MOUZ, or what remains of them, to do something. Session trying to find that bomb. Brolan dropping Cabby in the meantime, and suddenly the numbers become thin for Sashi as well. Quite a dicey round then. Quite an expensive round also. Both teams trying to stabilize at this point. Lucky focus on the left, exertion coming in from the right. How has this become a 2 versus 2? What a big opportunity for Sashi, and now they are isolated away from that bomb.
Oh, exertion nabbed it. He just got it. And now he has a clear run into this A site where Brolan will wait for him. And now it will be a bomb plant with utility for the post plant on MOUZ. They have a molly as well. So there is that smoke in the hands of Quez. We'll see if that can come into play for any smoke diffuse shenanigans. Brolan, though, actually just going to lurk his way through mid. And what about this timing? Sashi will surely never expect to have to look behind them. Exertion's up top as well. He can just try and delay. He'll get one, he'll get traded. But Brolan arrives from the back. He can just completely wipe this smoke and get the frag. Beautifully played by Brolan. And MOUZ fire back with a second round.
That was a really big round, and MOUZ had to dig deep for that one. And that's one of the special advantages, the special attributes to a team as big, as strong as this, as highly ranked as a team like MOUZ is, that depth, the individual power to claw back around such as that, which they had no right winning at some point, and turn it around and keep themselves in the game. Wonderful work from MOUZ. Brutal for Sashi. But again, we've got a really good series. These are really well-matched teams, it seems. And I was wondering about how Ancient would play out. I mean, so far, it's playing out excellently from a viewer perspective. Again, sometimes a team goes through the qualifiers and then they might not have the depth for a series, especially versus a team as strong as MOUZ. Sashi are proving that so far they do. And MOUZ are fighting to keep themselves in this series as well. Early grenades going out. Nothing purchased whatsoever by Sashi. They're here for the long run.
Yeah, that's why that was such a critical round for MOUZ to win. And again, it's the individuals that do it. They finally break that bank balance of Sashi. That will make a huge difference here in this half. Oh, wow, they nearly got caught there. Torji low on health. He's got Yimpat to help him, and Yimpat's spray is just so good. Nothing doing for Sashi. And now MOUZ back into this map. And for Sashi, I love the way they've played with so much confidence, with so much aggression. They turned it into a brawl. They turned it into a scrap in those earlier rounds. But now that MOUZ have weathered that storm, can they keep that up? That's a big question here.
A fast eco round is a good eco round. Sashi have got the full util once again. Sending it with 2 through mid. Shuhei will get dropped early. They'll have to let go of mid for the time being, MOUZ. You can see Icebergs making sure no one pinches from the side of B either. Very important role to play on this map on the CT side. Early 5v4 for the CTs. There are 3 mollies for MOUZ. A lot of dry peeking to be done with these AK-47s, but they've got the tools for the job, that's for certain. Sashi will be focused on delaying as much as possible. You can see Iceberg holding one of the 3 smokes the CTs have at present. What about this mid area then? Mr. can't see it. His own smoke will deny him that pleasure. And Cabby will have to go and have a look. Oh, this big duel. Oh, the timing! Quez. That is such a big frag. That could have changed everything. Could have been 2. There's 2 on the site though. 2 versus 4 for MOUZ. Cabby almost made his way towards the bomb. And again, MOUZ are in clutch mode. They are ready to take this one. 2 on 3, and Torzi's ready for a 3rd. He might be on for the ace here, but Lucky will deny him. That leaves Yimfat in the clutch, and we know what he's capable of. And there's another example. MOUZ squeezing through once again.
Oh, this might just be brutal for Sashi. This might be too much for them to take at this point. How are they losing these rounds? They have to be asking themselves. They're doing everything right. They're getting into great positions, and their MOUZ are just pulling it out of their ass every time. It is absolutely wild. But that's the ability these MOUZ players have. Again, Yimpat with that quick time to kill. They don't trade Torji quickly enough, and now they're on pistols on the Sashi side again.
That's got to be frustrating.
That feels like the dagger, that one. Like, they'd had a few already, but oh.
That's where you've got to take the tech pause and talk to the tactical pause and talk to the sports psychologist. How do you keep your head in the game after some frustration like that? You can think about it while they squeeze the triggers on these pistols. Secondary firearms only for Sashi in this round. Oh, Mister's right there, and I don't think anybody's watching. Can he get anything done? He needs to. He's got to find a second frag here, surely. 1 versus 3. There's plenty of time. MOUZ will close the distance. He's got to figure out what he wants to do here. Does he focus on saving the rifle, or does he try to save the round? Oh, he was looking for the transfer as well. Good damage at least.
God, none of these rounds are easy right now. Mister snuck on the site. Players still in donut. MOUZ not dotting their T's. Oh, sorry. You don't dot your T's, guys. They definitely weren't dotting their T's. Dotting their I's and crossing their T's. They were struggling a little, but they're able to get it over the line. And now with the 5-5 scoreline, Sashi will be back on the bike. All out for Lucky again. This time, he's taking it over to that B-bomb site. They're leaving A exposed early, as is often the case on this map. They'll just put that molly in to make sure that there's not a swarm onto the site. Look at that nade onto Mister, though. Half health already. And this could be a burst onto the A-bomb site.
Flashes coming through. Mister and Cabby. In fact, he's just so good, isn't he? He is so good. Sometimes, if not often, if not always, the last one you want to see coming your way. Don't think Mister saw any of that. Lots of bullets going through the smoke and mostly being received by Sashi. 3 versus 5 with few positions around this bomb site. You really have to ask yourself if you want to go for this. I feel like their percentages are really low here. And it seems they will try to creep away. Hold on to what they have. They could maybe buy around it. 3 rifles is often enough. Be the tipping point for them to continue. MOUZ getting stronger, it feels like, as this game continues. Keeping the CTs poor, keeping their economy on the edge will be a great advantage to them. Ronan loves hunting through these smoke grenades. Almost, but not quite.
MOUZ pulling it back completely. A 6-5 lead for them from 5-0 down. What a devastating turn of events for Sashi. I was about to say that Yimpat is someone who clearly plays beyond his years, but I think that's even an understatement. He's 17, Yimpat. It just does not feel like that. When you watch him play, it feels like he's a veteran with how he just completely casually wins these rounds. It is incredible for a player to do what he's doing at this age, because it feels like he's been around for a little longer because he was on MOUZ NXT. But still just 17. Absolutely absurd.
What were you doing when you were 17?
You don't want to know, James.
You're a waste man, weren't you?
I probably was just playing Counter-Strike. Just, you know, badly.
Yep. Scouts knives.
Oh, dear. Well, let's see if MOUZ can come away from the half with the lead. 7-5 is what they will be aiming for. As for Sashi, how much more of this can they handle? Can they keep their heads in this one as the underdogs? Roland again going for this move. This time might try and go into cave. Roland actually has snuck through the smoke, while Shuhei also sneaks towards this B site. This could be explosive. Smoke will deny for now. Shuhei sticks around and wins that fight. The molly so well placed, and he's not slowing down.
Mister doesn't need to get there in time because Iceberg will finish off the job. Sashi holding for now, just about. Towards getting tagged, 3 remain will still be dangerous, as we have seen from MOUZ. Everything to play for in this one. Oof. Ooh, hey, when that happens. "55 seconds on the clock, waiting for that smoke to go. But there are plenty more where they came from. Focusing their efforts together. Again, just waiting for that smoke. Here's another one. That clock continues to tick. Sashi playing a responsive game now. And another one. Oh, he's a bit blind though, but Mister will collect. That's a big second frag from Mister as well. And he also finds the last one. Tied at half-time. Everything to play for. Really unclear as to who might take this one. See you after the break.
لحظات البداية عاشت معنا، كنا نحسبها وقت للتسلية بس، نحسبها بس ذكريات.
عبود أعطي أختك اليد يا ولد.
ابتكرنا فيها ابتكارات، وإذا بغينا قلبناها خرافات. كنا نحسبها بس لمة وصحبة وسهرات،
انتبه نوب ترى نوب.
لكن كنا نشوف عالم ما حد يشوفه.
ليته يشغل وقته بشيء يفيده.
الله عليك على الهيدشوت.
عالم كبر وعاش فينا، عالم الحماس فيه يوصلك كل مرة لحلم أصعب، بس ما يصعب عليك. بارد معك وين ما تروح.
Of Ancient, and we have to start asking if MOUZ are heading towards the losers bracket. Will they require resurrection once Sashi are done with them? Maybe we'll find out in this second half of Ancient. Maybe we won't see Mirage at all. Their fourth attempt to win a pistol then. MOUZ on the CT side now, starting well. Exertion looking for a second. How has he found those frags? He can't even see. Neither can Naker's there, gone. Bombs in the middle of mid, and Quez is the last man standing. Finally, something perhaps in MOUZ's favor, unless Quez can do something about this. He's got to drop Shuhei as well, and he will. Game on, 1 versus 2. There is still more to play for. Just when you thought it was safe for MOUZ to win a pistol round, Quez has got more work to do, and he's got plenty of time to do it as well. The CT is isolated, and Quez is wondering if someone's coming in from the back, and he is correct, and he's found the frag as well. That's 3. He needs 1 more. Brolan's got double pistols, though, and he continues to jiggle. Brolan's got the sound cues. Oh my God, such weight on his shoulders, but he delivers immediately. That one became terrifying real quick.
Yeah, it's a fantastic decision by Brolan there. After his teammate goes down, he realizes he's got that window of opportunity to get up close, and that is never the type of angle that is going to be pre-aimed. You're never going to be at head height for that close range angle. So credit to Brolan, he had to make that move there. He knew that was the right call, but still so close. Considering Exertion got them off to that great start. Yeah, good to see him playing well, but MOUZ making a meal out of that round, even if they do get the round win. It does mean that Sashi, without the bomb plant, will be on a heavy save, though. Just the 1 flash for them. Exertion needs to be a little careful. The flash could be coming here. Oh, he peeks before it, but now he does get ahead of that flash. That should keep him okay, but he actually goes down. Rifle recovered, at least for now. I think Shuhei will put a stop to that. The MP9 Brigade into play. Oh, there's no way you get a bomb plant. It's a shame that the Impact will get back to the site in time to deny.
Swept up in mid like spent bullet casings. Not long for this world in that round. Oh, what a confidence boost for MOUZ to finally win a pistol round. They've got some good momentum early on in this one, but let's see how these buy rounds come in now. Again, the CTs have to change up their setup. Gambles have to be taken. Do you put the extra men in mid? Do you abandon A, as we saw Sashi do previously? They'll go for a 1-2-2 on this occasion. And Sashi are quite spread out as well. Maybe an intel round for them to understand what to expect from MOUZ Sports.
Torji will stay committed to A early. Slightly different to how Sashi were running their CT setup. He's just got a molly in hand in case he gets pushed, but it looks like Sashi happy to spread across the map. Exertion forced away by the flames, so that will allow Sashi to slowly gain control. And look at this, the sneak into the B bomb site, and Broan with the FAMAS gets caught. And now Iceberg phases the smoke. He will go down. The bomb site has been taken, but the bomb hasn't been brought with it. So that gives MOUZ time to get back into position here.
Keep an eye on Mister, because if MOUZ come out of their position around B, then crossing with that bomb could become a problem. He'll have Lucky come to help him. That smoke is up for the time being, and they'll put another one. Maybe there are clues there for MOUZ as to what is happening and why that bomb hasn't been planted just yet. There's good util for Sashi, though. The HEs and the Molotov could be quite useful for them. Cabby doesn't want to face. That's a great angle. Look at the damage from that HE, and there's more behind it as well. But the frag goes the way of MOUZ. 3 on 3. Cabby, will he see a shadow? Look at that swing from Torzi. Shadow does not matter. Big swing and a deliverance from him. Quez and Lucky remain then. This one is slipping away from Sashi. This is one they really want to win. Quez needs a huge swing and he will get what he's looking for. Suddenly it's just down to Yimfat in the clutch now. A push through the smoke and Lucky will deliver. He's got the urgency, he's got the presence, and he's got the aim.
Yeah, he knew that the urgency was on him because he was the player on the right side to actually see the bomb. The problem is he was smoked off, so he couldn't see the bomb, so he had to spam through. He knew he had to do something. He gets that all-important kill and then just decides to commit on that follow-up fight, able to catch Yimpat off guard. Again, as you pointed out, if MOUZ were to lose this series, it's still an if, but if they were, it would put them down into that elimination bracket that is terrifying. Best of ones, only one team can make it through. This opening series is of vital importance. And Sashi are putting up a fantastic fight right now. Roland trying to sneak down. Meanwhile, the A site is being snuck up on with the bomb.
So many numbers here. Yimfat trying to buy time, but Sashi are not committed to this necessarily. Cabby has heard the retreat of Brolan as well. Doesn't know what else might be around, but he heard him fall back around that B bomb site. So they'll take a little map control there and try to understand what might be happening elsewhere. Still over a minute on the clock for Sashi.
I think you can see Cabby taking some liberties and assuming, okay, if I heard that player run back, I can at least take this initial portion of cave. And that will help if they do want to commit into this B site later on. The only issue for Sashi is normally when you hit that B site, you want 2 smokes. You want to be able to smoke off both sides of the back of the site. Currently, they only have that 1 smoke available. So that might lead to them going a little more aggressive, maybe even being willing to just take fights, just go with the flashes instead. Currently testing the waters, and it looks like this B site will be the end goal here.
In they come then, the numbers are here, but the angles are with MOUZ. They cut them to pieces, they cut them to ribbons. They'll use them to celebrate another round. That goes their way, 9-7 for MOUZ, and they've left them with no bomb plant and lacking in funds. They don't pull out the right weapons here, Sashi. This is an awkward moment for them as they are heading towards a deciding map of Mirage, and quicker than they might like.
Yeah, looking more and more likely here. And I think MOUZ absolutely have Yimpat and Exertion to thank. They have both been fantastic on this map. Exertion so often the star player for this team, going for those aggressive moves by himself. He's got that really snappy aim, just allows him to win fights. He has no right of winning. Here comes Shuhei to clean up alongside Torji. They will be doing the heavy lifting in this round between them. Not that heavy lifting, though, against the Pistols. Light work for them as they take the 10-7 lead. MOUZ back on track here.
Put that round underneath the definition of neutralize in the gaming dictionary. Nice pad for MOUZ now. Their seats are comfortable. But we know the Sashi team have been able to claw back rounds from difficult situations as well. Nothing is guaranteed in this series. That much has been true from Nuke to Ancient. Let's see what this looks like for Sashi. Quez will go for the Galil to pull out full grenades, drop some to his teammates as well. Still a strong weapon. Plenty of AKs around this also. Everybody fragging for both squads. Impact and Exertion though with the big numbers, 17 for each of them. Mister will lead this time for Sashi with 14. Not much of a challenge for MOUZ early on in this mid position. A few more leads remaining for Sashi though. See what they choose to clear out.
Shuhei willing to play up close behind this smoke. He'll hear the nades move forward. What is that from Iceberg? A crazy snapshot, but Exertion was there to hit from the side. It's back to a 3v3 after all is said and done. Exertion from mid got those initial kills. Now he waits in this smoke. Meanwhile, fights elsewhere, but Yimpat wins that all-important battle. And now Sashi's map control is weakened. They realize they may just have to commit into this B site. But MOUZ seem very aware that this is the likely position they need to defend right now. Ooh, this could be a good adjustment from Sashi. Realizing that Exertion's been forced off mid, they can come back and pressure this A site.
Quick info for Exertion, good position as well. High urgency for Sashi with the time on the clock. Might be okay for a bomb plant though, but Mister doesn't see Exertion there. Not expecting that peak. And Lucky's got to try and force the action before the numbers overwhelm him. And he might just do that! So close, but of course it's Yimpat to get that last frag. 10 HP in a dream. 11 rounds for MOUZ.
I mean, again, it's just a Yimpat and Exertion show. They get all the kills between them. A triple from Exertion and a brilliant decision to sprint back to that A bomb site. He was spotted at the backside of mid and he realized, I can just about beat them here. He beats them into position. He sprints onto the site. They never expect him to be there so soon. He gets that freebie, but it still had to be Yimpat, low on health, absolutely nailing their headshot. And now for Sashi, 11-7 down, they at least still have a bye, but it is mostly Galils into this one. And again, MOUZ just continue to scrape these rounds, but it's given them a very good lead on the scoreline now.
Oh, that's a big, big, big flashbang. But Brian almost gets both of them. Rings the bell of Iceberg. But four against 3, it will be for Sashi, but not for long. Torji understands the urgency. Ties the numbers up. Look at the presence from Exertion as well. He's got a very forward position in mid, which could be key. Everything goes quiet. 1 minute for Sashi as they quietly look to collect themselves together.
Oh, and Torji
moves more aggressively in B. Yeah.
Exertion
looking
could
for
be
this
helping.
info.
Oh, Exertion actually backs away. Now Torji could be alone.
They can't have been expecting that angle. Really nice work. Slowly backing out. Oh, Exertion catching Lucky. Quez here as well. Down to a 2-on-2, but Lucky won't survive this. Surely he won't. Neither of them will. MOUZ Sports on the cusp of victory here on Ancient. Looking to enact revenge after the first map. And that one was close. They've come into this one angry.
Yeah, you see the freedom that Exertion is given on this team. He can be a very aggressive player. He often plays just based on his feel for the game. He can go for these solo plays if he wants to. It works out nicely there, even if he doesn't really get frags. Just the info and the position he's in, it helps tremendously in that 3-on-3. And you see that as it allows the big rotation to come in. It allows Yimpat to be on the right side if needed. You've got to remember, this was a 5-0 lead for Sashi in the first half. This has been an impressive turnaround from MOUZ, but it hasn't really felt like a landslide for MOUZ. It's felt like so many rounds have been close, but they've just always had that slight edge. Must be.
This will be a quick one then. Oh, they were lining up. Will they get barbecued though? They might have to stand and fight. Shuhei drops Iceberg and clears the bomb site. The last two then, Lucky and Mister coming through that smoke. How long will they survive for? Not long at all. 13-7 for MOUZ. Back with a vengeance. They want a third axe and they've taken it by force.
Yeah, good to see MOUZ getting back on top. And honestly, in large part down to the individuals, I think it's fair to say. No one really beats Spirit like that. So it goes to show how this map seems to suit MOUZ very well in general. And yeah, we expect Sashi to have a tough time. But like you said, off the back of the player break, Sashi have at least been playing a little bit more, a little bit sooner. Maybe they could be a little bit warmer coming into this all-important decider map.
I don't think I'll ever be bored of Mirage.
Same.
I think it's got plenty more to give. Let's see what it does on this occasion. I still remember the old Mirage map that the USA were playing for a few months. What a different time of Counter-Strike. Took them a while to move over to the newer version. Opening frag for Cabby. MOUZ will answer back immediately. The Julies again in the hands of Torji. Dropping one. Infat will have problems towards that B bomb site, but he has support from Exertion, who takes one in the face and then one to the chest. Two remaining, Shuhei and Infat, and now it is Shuhei 1 versus 4. These pistols have not been favorable to MOUZ, and this one seems to be going in a similar direction. There's only one player left on that bomb site, though. No kit for Shuhei. There is a flash on the floor. Doesn't know where the other two players are. Looking for a flank that may never come. What is the answer here for Shuhei? Moving through the bomb sites. There's no Kevlar to save. That could sometimes be a decision, depending on what you're going to do in the next round. So pure hunting for bonus money for Shuhei. I think teams realize at some point that your Kevlar at 650 has more value than chasing one frag. So you see people run away in pistol rounds, but again, he was naked on that occasion and will be put out of his misery towards the end. So Sashi have had a fantastic time with the pistols in this series. And if you look at the scores, they have meant something. They have counted for them.
Yeah, definitely been a big benefit for Sashi throughout this series. And they should be able to reap the benefits of it here as well, as they're only against the USPs in this follow-up round. Cabby off to a good start for Sashi as well. Good to see. You want the star players stepping up for Sashi on a map like Mirage to be able to match the ability we saw from MOUZ over on that second map.
If we have a look at the radar, we can see there is a setup here for MOUZ where they are looking to swing out of connector with Exertion holding a flash in CT spawn. For the time being, it seems that this will not be the round to find effect with that. And Exertion will move elsewhere. No more moving to be done by Exertion in this round then.
Ooh.
Mac 10, perfect tool for the job.
Yeah, clean kills for the Mac 10. Making a bit of extra money. Iceberg there. And yeah, I always like seeing the pro teams, what they set up on these full eco rounds. I feel like you should do that in pugs more as well. If not even like to get kills, more just to punish the eco hunters on the other team. You know, just have a flash ready and just double dink him. Why not? I don't want you getting those easy eco kills. I don't want you padding your stats. This time though, the mid setup dodged by Sashi. So it is the easy 2-0 lead we were all expecting.
All right then, let's see what MOUZ are able to do. AWP will be coming out immediately for MOUZ. Challenging to be effective with in CS2, I think most will agree. Ollies and smokes abound for MOUZ. Great movement. They know their lineups for top boxes. Cabby's ahead of it already, behind that smoke, but he is collected by Exertion with ease. That's a promising start for MOUZ. Early 5-on-4 they were looking for. They'll take some pressure off from that mid position. Exertion may... I'm not sure if he hears the bomb dropped from that position. But Brolan will get dropped. That's a great play from Iceberg. Just about spotting Shuhei in the window. 4-on-4 now. Minute 15 on the clock for Sashi.
Looks like this B site could be tested, and I'm not sure I'd want to go towards this site, considering how Exertion and Yimpat were playing on that previous map. Let's see if that performance transfers over to Mirage. Molly's coming in. Exertion committed into B short. That means he can help his teammate, but the drop down works out. Yimpat needs assistance, and Shuhei arrives to help. And again, Yimpat with a solid double kill when he's needed. That B site anchor delivering the goods. And Iceberg has a hell of a lot to do.
Yeah, we can watch the angle clearing at the very least. Don't know how successful he will be. Promising start, but Yimpat will shut him down quickly, trading urgently to survive for MOUZ. First round collected. Now Torji can have some armor with his AWP.
Yeah, that'll be nice for him. Can feel a little more comfortable if he wants to go for an aggressive play. It was a decent A spawn, pretty good. So might try and make the most of that. We'll just use that to come into connector instead. In the meantime, Exertion will try and be helping him from B short. And again, that utility being used on mid, even wiping that smoke to have a little glimpse. But Cabby will cross later instead. So a bit of utility used by MOUZ there, and still Cabby just able to wait it out and cross into top mid. And now they'll try and join him from underpass. I don't think MOUZ are going to do too much to contest this mid control.
Great drop from Cabby. That's some really important space, and they can act on this immediately. Look at the positions. They're looking to swarm this site. Shuhei desperately coming over. They try to understand where these CCs are. Yimpat doesn't get anything from that, but Shuhei certainly will. There is a fight to be had here on this bomb site, and Torji still standing with the AWP. Brolan on the rotation, but he's got limited range with that MP9. Maybe he finds something on short. In the meantime, Torji needs to be given something from his position. The only man with a kit as well, and he's falling away, it seems. MOUZ with some trouble early then. We'll have to hold on to these tools.
Yeah, and that's a big round from Cabby. And him up against Exertion could be a really key matchup on this map. Because they're both given a lot of those important central positions. They're both given a lot of freedom on their teams. There's one from Brolan on the exits. He'll take a bit of extra cash. Maybe even more. Oh, he forces another man to fall with the bomb. The money on the CT side still not that good, though. But with that saved or chances.
Yeah, those frags are helpful, though, for the long run for MOUZ. I think it was worth the risk, considering he was only holding the MP9 there.
Oh.
Just helps take the pressure off in the future.
We're actually going to go for the force buy here, MOUZ, by the looks of things. There is a tactical timeout right now, called by Sashi. So maybe they're figuring out exactly what MOUZ will go for.
The guns from France are coming out. The FAMAS. Go to a train station in France, you'll see the army walking around with these.
Maybe that's just when you're there, James. I don't trust you.
Is it the FAMAS? Is it Le FAMAS? Le FAMAS, I suppose.
I guess it has to be.
I'll be going to France with a shotgun soon. I'll ask them what it's called. Going to a shotgun competition in Provence in a few months.
Very nice.
Gonna be a very long drive.
I'm sure.
Iceberg then with the Mac 10, and 2 of the 3 players are lacking helmets, so he can have some fun if he is able to have a close range meeting with the likes of Shuhei or Exertion. Reasonable tools for Sashi in round 5, despite how expensive the previous one was. So far, so good for Sashi. This would be a great round to break MOUZ. Again, with these angles that they're finding from Connector, but Shuhei will make up for it and then some. A double kill with the FAMAS, and now Brolan can try and play off of the distraction being run by his teammates. Bit of parkour from him, and he is still standing. That is wonderful from Brolan. That leaves Cabby alone in a 1 versus 3. Started so well for Sashi, but then just disintegrated very quickly indeed. But Cabby's in the clutch now. He has 1 minute, but won't need that much longer as Yimfat puts him out of his misery.
Wow, that play from Brolan, absolutely crazy. The movement to get back up the ladder, to get up top, and then to get the jumping MP9 kill. As you said though, can't believe they're leaving that connector position open in another round. Yeah, shout out to Brolan for that little move up top, making it really difficult to read where he's going to be, trying to just be an absolute nuisance with that SMG. Always like to see those movement plays get rewarded as he backs on up the ladder. Now Sashi will be down to a weaken by themselves, but it will be a buy. Limited utility, so they may just go for a fast set play here.
It's a great start from Brolan, really coming to life on Mirage. Tech 9s are never not dangerous. Double negative for you there as we've got a 4-on-4 now. Bomb getting planted. Grenades are flying in though, but they won't stop the bomb plant. They might just shut down the round as this one is advancing quickly in MOUZ's favor. Mr. trying to find something with this Mac 10. Gets harder and harder as he's the only one left. Last man standing, last one to fall. 4 survive for MOUZ. Great situation for them early on here on Mirage.
Feels like that stairs player is just getting caught for all sorts of angles. But he got a kill first this time. Stop that ramp move from coming in. And yeah, Sashi get that bomb plant, but MOUZ always in control once they won those couple of fights in towards CT with the rifles. And now, unfortunately for Sashi, it's a save.
Yeah, and Mr. is still looking for his first frag as well. Unfortunate situation to be in there. I think it was a 1 versus 4 with the Mac 10. Not ideal. Continues to not be ideal. Again, Sashi with not the greatest numbers on Mirage of late. Every map versus MOUZ has been a test. Curious to see if they can stay in the fight on this one. Now things have become more difficult. Not this round, of course, as this round sucks.
Nice eco kills for MOUZ. Everyone wanting to get involved. And they will make it pretty quick in the end. 4-3 lead then for MOUZ, starting to show up here on our deciding map of this series. This all-important opening series here at the Esports World Cup 2024. Winner goes straight to playoffs. Loser goes into a grueling elimination section of the tournament, where only one team can make it back through. So a lot of weight on this one series. Lucky with the initial flash. Brolan trying to fight aggressive on ramp again. Sashi really trying to use the pace to their advantage, and the flashes good enough so that Brolan's blinded, but Exertion in from CT gets a couple back. Shuhei here to help, and that bomb could be awkward now.
Massive plays from MOUZ. Still winnable for Sashi, 2-on-3, minute 20 on the clock. Trying to hold space for the time being. Once all those smokes are gone, there are so many angles they can be peeked from. MOUZ, look how they're rotating as well. I don't think Sashi will ever expect no one to be in CT, which kind of gives MOUZ an extra man if they're willing to play it. Although, Torzy heading towards short with the AWP. Really posting up with some nice angles, and he will be rewarded immediately. Cabby never saw it coming. In the clutch now. He knows one player maximum might be close, but Torzy will quickly close the angle, pick up the rifle as well. The AK-47 and Exertion will be enough. Sashi was they had such a good opportunity storming the bomb site there. There was no one on short to throw flashes towards bench above the CT's players' heads on that bomb site, but still MOUZ just have the talent, the skill, and the urgency to hold on anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. just comes through for them in the end. These fast plays from Sashi, I don't mind the idea. They're trying to put MOUZ under pressure, but MOUZ showing they can't handle that pressure right now. Those A plays have been either denied or just stalled out long enough that they can win later in the round from MOUZ's perspective. Sashi again just about able to get a buy on board. And they've actually found an opener on A this time. Maybe that changes things here.
Cabby around the smoke now. Exertion, if he reveals his position for the first time, will he expect the second player? Not on this occasion. 4-on-2, advantage Sashi. And they need this. They need to convert this to keep in the game. Otherwise, MOUZ may run away with this half. They've got such little money in the bank as well. They need to win this with good numbers up. They scrape through with 1-2 people surviving. Who knows if that'll be enough. Not there yet, though. Minutes on the clock as they are really careful, but they're heading towards a very tight choke point of Palace. Shuhei not revealing for now. In fact, got one flash. He's going to start with the rifle. Instant trade. Shuhei hasn't revealed his position just yet. Not getting planted for him, though. Looking for the support fraggers. Nothing doing just yet. Gets the 1v1 duel down to 30 HP. But where are the remaining two? Doesn't really know. Focused on Palace, but Iceberg's behind the smoke. Surely he's made some sound cues now. That's half the info for Shuhei, who's going to have this superior angle, but Iceberg will find the headshot first. AWP collected, and that gap is close to 1.
Yeah, I like what Shuhei's trying there. Reading the position that he can get into, but Iceberg just too quick on the trigger. And Sashi still fighting here, despite Mr. still being stuck on 0 kills. The rest of the team coming through instead. Finally able to convert one of those rounds where they just get that opening pick on A this time. It was a little slower initially, but that helps them. Now we'll see if they can keep that up. It looking like a big focal point for MOUZ in this round. Just look at that mini-map. 3 players surrounding mid early. But elsewhere, it's Lucky who just got that pick over on A again. And that's going to cause issues for MOUZ. They have to respond to that.
Mr. still looking for his first kill. Shuhei looks away immediately, but the trade fraggers are there. These pairs working well for Sashi now. Big flashes, but Torji delivers. The timing is in his favor. Looking for more. Grenades coming his way. That'll allow him to focus on the apartment. Did he spot the player there? Certainly does now. Spotted and swatted. 0 to 8 for Mr. Having a disaster of a half. And there were 2, Lucky and Quez. Torzi repositions once again. You find out where he is. It's often too late. 40 seconds on the clock here. Torji on 10 kills now. Tying with Shuhei for top fraggers. I don't know how they get past this position. He's got all the information he needs. Oh, there we go. That's the bomb spotted. Still alive, though. 4 now. 2 HP for Quez. 24 seconds. Stuck in a sandwich. There he goes. 6 rounds in the bag for MOUZ. Great frags from Torji.
Yeah, again, thought that first shot from Torji might have been on point. Not sure if he moved a little too soon or just slightly fired wide. But either way, did not matter in the grand scheme of things. Saw the coach there getting a little bit of relaxation, I think, to Brolan, trying to get him back in the game because he's had a couple of rounds there on that A site where he's getting picked off early. But MOUZ, as the rest of the team, able to fight back nicely into that one, getting those players over towards the B site in time. And now it is a second timeout taken by Sashi. Again, Hundun will be so valuable with these timeouts, talking to the team. They don't have that much experience on this lineup. So Hundun will be so important at keeping them mentally in this game. But it is starting to slip away from them ever so slightly towards the end of this half, as they're just stuck on Tech 9s. I say just Tech 9s. They can definitely deliver if they've got the right strategy in mind.
Can they get close enough? Sashi were favored by the viewers at the beginning of this series. And they've shown us why they draw confidence from the audience. But again, they're still playing MOUZ ultimately. Oh, that's a swing and a miss from Torji and a big pickup. Exertion's trying to make a difference. Oh, that was such a big opportunity. There will be regrets with that one. Sometimes it'd be like that, as they say. Lucky just slipping past with the AWP. Still in play, down to a 2-on-2 now. Is this the P250 putting in the work for Lucky? Cabby says nope to the AWP, picks up the AK. 1 versus 2. He's got full armor as well. Given sound cues going towards top mid, how patient will Yimfat be? Oh, the timing might not work in his favor. A 7th round for MOUZ. AWP rescued. Danger is over.
It seemed like the idea sort of worked for Cabby there. Yimpat looked like he swung right past that angle, then was just able to adjust in time. Cabby not able to get the frag through. Oh, Iceberg will want that kill on short back, or that attempted kill. Exertion able to snap on towards him. Close range, the Tech9 had the chance, couldn't take it. Now into the last round of the half. JKs are here for Sashi, but they could really do with getting this final T round to keep it close heading into the half. Oh, and Shuhei this time going aggressive up mid. MOUZ haven't had the chance to do this too often, but this looks great for him. He turns away, he turns back, but he falls at the hands of Cabby.
Awkward in the last round here of the first half for MOUZ. Exertion on the way, Brolan running distraction, collecting multiples. I don't know how much is left in this one for Sashi, although this KO might change everything. They don't know where Yimfat is, they do now. Suddenly a 4v2 is a 2v2. That bomb still needs to get to the site, and it's doing exactly that. Lucky looks away just as Brolan comes through, denies the bomb plant. Now Torzi has all the information, and Lucky does not. May walk into a trap here. Oh, did he see Torzi? Someone must have spotted it on his screen. And now he realizes where he is. So close, but not yet. A much needed last round for Sashi, keeping it close at halftime. 2 rounds in it as MOUZ lead. Last round of the series concludes after this break.
Two, one, go.
Honor 200 series, the best portrait phone AI empowered. Studio level, AI portrait camera, 3 hardcore portrait modes. Color, vibrant and classic to capture portraits that truly stand out. AI empowered magic portal. Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 AI chipset. 5,200 milliampere per hour's silicon carbon battery, 100 watt, Honor Supercharge. This is Honor 200 series.
Last half concludes after the break. Not last round. 2 rounds ahead now are MOUZ. Sashi go to the CT side. Is it a relief now to be on the CT side, I wonder, after the difficulties here and there on the T side? Which side will be stronger for Sashi? The story will tell itself. What has been strong for them, though, has been the pistol rounds. They've won almost all of them. Mr. and Quez now with the dualies. Maybe 2 pistols will allow Mr. to find his second frag of the game. 1-4-10 at the moment. Absolute nightmare that first half was. Deciding map versus MOUZ, not where you want to disappear. Got a lot of numbers for MOUZ towards this B bomb site, and Quez is expectant. He'll isolate the fights at the very least, but be traded immediately, and that can allow the floodgates to come in. They will stream the bomb site now, MOUZ. They'll be all over the shop. And look at these choke points, just a door for Iceberg to have a look at. This is not great for Sashi whatsoever. He's going to take one for the team, but there's no response afterwards. Exertion has the angles, he has the dualies, and he has the frags. Lucky 1 versus 4. Rather you than me. Won't be lucky this time as he gets deleted as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, BM, I love it.
There we go. Much needed pistol round for MOUZ after they've struggled in the pistols so far in this series. That could make a big, big difference here because now Sashi will surely be feeling the pressure. This round is a gimme for MOUZ. And that really means that the first gun round for Sashi, if they lose it, it just feels like they're so far down. It feels like you're so far gone. It can so quickly slip away from you. All the hard work of this series might be for nothing if they can't pull something out soon. Mid-play could be a little dicey. Might be a players here. Oh, a couple of USP kills. It's into a 2-on-2, and that's the bomb dropped.
Oh no. Oh no, this is bad. There are weapons to be collected. Mister's got an AK-47. Maybe this is his time to shine. Lucky still with the USP. Now, as I say that, he's picked up the AK as well. Now, this is one of those complicated problems for both teams. Do you stay protecting the bomb? The bomb is in no man's land, really. There's no util whatsoever for MOUZ. They've got nothing with which to force the CTs away from top boxes, from cover, etc. Do you, as CTs, hold the bomb the entire time, or do you press on towards the bomb sites, or just take some random angle? And for MOUZ, how much time do you spend trying to rescue the bomb? Do you have time left to clear the bomb site? Who knows what the CTs are up to? Mister is going to go and have a look, but doesn't clear the top area, and Brawland collects both of them. All teams gambling. A nervous one for MOUZ, but they survived the test, and they are in such a strong position now. 4 rounds ahead.
Yeah, I think you could see the lack of Kevlar being the issue for Sashi. The aim punch kicking in real quick. Roland looked like he might have just been aiming for the body shots. Safe in the knowledge as soon as he lands one, he is probably okay. And here comes that buy from Sashi with the AWP of Lucky. And Lucky's had a good map here, so definitely be seeing if he can have impact. Might struggle though, because this fast A play looking likely from MOUZ. Oh, they're sneaking up. They have no clue. Oh, no.
Oh, this is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Might be a save already, but I don't think Mr. leaves this situation. No, he doesn't. Shut down. Crouching out of ramp. If someone's by default, they won't see you. And MOUZ used that surge really, really well. This is so brutal for Sashi. I'm not sure they come back from this. Looking at their money, I don't know how they recover.
Oof, Iceberg finds one, but all it will be is a saved AK, or an attempted save of the AK. The timing for MOUZ could not have gone better as they sneak out through ramp. Sashi overlook it for just a brief period of time, and it causes chaos, and Iceberg dies to the bomb. Nothing saved at the end. Oh boy. From bad to worse.
Looking really rough now for Sashi. There's just not much left for them to do at this point. MOUZ utterly in the driving seat. 15 kills for Shuhei. 2 kills for Mr.
We did see the USPs come close previously. Let's not count Sashi out of this round entirely. They have got Iceberg
I'm counting them out
in
entirely, Hawker. This ain't happening. Not again. MOUZ have learned their lessons. There's nothing for them in this round.
Listen, Iceberg's
sadness,
pushed in
gloom.
B apps. You know, they're going to get this flank in. Oh no, I think Brolan's ready.
Yeah. It's not happening.
Yeah, the puzzle
You can commentate
pieces
this.
have not fallen
I'll
into
leave it to you.
place. They've been thrown away. Oh, they've even snuck into B. So the B info was fake the whole time. See the fragging on MOUZ. Such a team effort here. 15 for Shuhei, in-game leader, top of the charts. That is exertion there. The man bottom of the scoreboard with 11, who just gets caught. But no problem. Iceberg really wants this spinning D kill. That's what he's going for. Torji will deny it. At least something there from Quez, but it is going to be MOUZ up to 11, and it's looking more and more likely MOUZ will be able to book their spot in the playoffs here at the Esports World Cup. At least to the Counter-Strike 2 portion. Quest will not even be allowed to save, so Sashi have got a hell of a lot to do to come back into this map now.
Yeah, this is the run. It's a big run. Let's see if they've got it in them. Orp is out for Lucky. Plenty of tools for round 17. Big test against MOUZ. Win or lose, fantastic showing we've seen from them. And if they are to lose, they will be quite a problem in that lower bracket. So Shuhei will suggest that perhaps somebody is behind those boxes. Maybe that's a tool he can use should he require a fight later on. Lord of Utah being dumped in mid. That's an important fight for Mr. Off he goes though. Shrapnel will get him. Quez is lost off screen. 3 on 4 then, and an exertion maybe not heard there due to the other sounds in mid. And Sashi getting picked apart. Picked off like a scab on a child's knee. Iceberg left in a 1 versus 3. Helpless situation.
Yeah, looking like MOUZ are just taking over at this point. And listen, we expected that might happen at some point, and it's good to see MOUZ playing well. But for Sashi, such a shame after such a heavy fight that they put up throughout this series. I think this last map is not going to be quite as close here. But this is the caliber of team that MOUZ are. We know that they are title contenders. We know that they were able to win Pro League. So it was always going to be a hard ask for Sashi in this one. 12-5 now. There's, of course, still further chances here for Sashi if they do indeed go on to lose this. It will be that elimination stage, but best of ones, a long grind back, only one team makes it. Will be a lot for them to do. As for MOUZ, looking great. All their individuals showing up here. See at the end there, Iceberg at least able to hold on, but series point for MOUZ. Playoff point for MOUZ. And with how this second half has gone, I would not be surprised if they take it here.
Very brutal fight at the beginning. Sashi maybe not done with this one just yet. MOUZ still in control of the bomb with the 3 that remain. All fighting to be top fragger now with Brolan gone with 16 frags. Iceberg caught creeping. Risks being taken by Sashi, trying to find something in this half. And the task is made harder. Lucky onto the site. Not sure if you're spotted by Shuhei. The answer is no. He's looking for more though. He's looking for a grand play. Not on this occasion. Maybe not in this series. Quez now is the last man standing who has perhaps been heard. He must have been heard by now, surely. Definitely been seen. And that will be the end of that then. 13-5 for MOUZ. A big effort, a noble effort from Sashi, but running out of steam towards the end.
Yeah, and an important victory for MOUZ, getting themselves into the playoffs. The favorites so far doing what they need to do here at the Esports World Cup. And yeah, nice to see MOUZ